Now, listen here, you little bitch. I'm gonna ask you some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. Now, you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 9:15. So you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 9:15. So you're telling me definitely that you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 8:15. Now you see something? You know you done fucked up, right?
No! I said no. I said I pulled into the garage at...
You know you done fucked up, right?
Two back-to-back shootings overnight in D.C. could be connected. That is the update from police. One of those shootings wounded 7 men, and blocks away, a 12-year-old girl was hurt by gunfire. During a news conference overnight, D.C. police said the initial shooting call came in around 10 p.m. local time from a residential area. As many as 7 people were shot, all of them men. Now, as officers responded to that shooting there, a call came in blocks away of a 12-year-old girl shot. Police say all of the victims are expected to survive, and it's not clear if anyone is in custody here. We do have that overnight, fairly brief news conference held by D.C. police. I do want to play that for you, raw and unfiltered.
The information that I'm about to give is very preliminary. We're still investigating. There are multiple victims involved, and obviously the detectives and patrol officers are out knocking on doors. So there will be a subsequent follow-up as the information unfolds. What we have and know so far is about 10 p.m. MPD units received sounds of gunshots in the area of LeBom Street. Upon arriving on the scene, we discovered that there were multiple adult males suffering from gunshot wounds. Thankfully, none of them are life-threatening. Most of them self-transported when we got on the scene. So there was some chaos, obviously, because of the number of victims and the loved ones. Also, while we were on this scene, we also received a call on the 29th block of 2nd Street. Upon arriving on that scene, we discovered that there was a 12-year-old female, little girl, who had also received a gunshot wound to her lower extremities. Thank God she's also stable and non-life-threatening. So we have multiple shell casings on this scene. We have multiple shell casings on that scene. The one thing that we know for sure, and we're asking for the community and the public's help, is we're looking for a black sedan, possibly a Mercedes, who witnesses say drove through the block and indiscriminately fired upon the individuals here in LeBom. We're asking anyone who may know anything relevant to this event to call us at 202-727-9099, or they can text us at 50411. I'll take any questions that you have relative to this event.
You do believe that this scene is connected to the 2nd Street scene with the child who was shot, and you believe same lookout and everything?
Right now, we are investigating the scenes as being connected. It's possible that they are not. However, given the locations and the proximity of the events, I find it likely that the two scenes are connected. But as I say, we are following up. We are asking the community to give us a call on both scenes. It's a beautiful night out here. Folks were hanging out, rightfully so, in both locations. And so we're asking for anybody that knows anything to give us a call at 202-727-9099.
Sir, do you believe that all the shots that were fired came from inside of that black sedan?
Right now, we know that from this scene, absolutely, according to the witnesses on this scene, the victims that were shot on this scene all sustained those gunshot wounds from the perpetrators in this black sedan. We have to shore up exactly what the lookout is on the 2nd scene. As I say, this is preliminary information, and as we get that, we'll put that out to you.
You have 7 here and plus the girl?
That's correct.
Do you know how many people fired shots from the black sedan?
We don't know. Not at this time. We don't know whether there was just the driver or there were multiple folks inside of the vehicle. We have already put that out to the area units at the various districts that we have, to include our partners in the county of Virginia. And hopefully, as they always do, we'll work in tandem and we'll be able to get to the bottom of this.
And just to be clear, unsure how the 12-year-old girl was shot, so that may not have been connected to the sedan, but you're not unsure at this time?
Right. Like I said, because of the proximity, the time of events, I think that at this point, and I hate to speculate, but based on the proximity and time of events, the two scenes are most likely connected. However, we're still investigating both scenes, giving them both due diligence, and if that information changes, we'll make sure that we get that out to you all.
Did you have people hanging out here as well as 2nd Street, like group, like fired into like group of people? Is that safe to say?
I think, like I said, it's a beautiful night. There were folks who were hanging out here, and there were folks who were milling about on the 2nd Street scene, and for some reason, you have some people who think that it was okay to fire a firearm at multiple individuals at 2 different scenes, and we're not going to let that stand. And so again, we're asking the community, please, anybody who knows anything, to give us a call at 202-727-9099, or they can text us at 50411.
Assuming unsure of a motive at this time?
No motive. We have no idea what the motive is. I can assure you, though, that we are going to get to the bottom of this. This is unacceptable. And as Chief Conti said, that we're not going to let this stand. And so we're, again, and I repeat, because when you have so many people shot, right, in community, generally the word gets out in community relative to motives, lookouts, and those kinds of things. And obviously, through our investigative efforts, we're able to work with community to really bring these kind of cases to close. So we're asking anybody who has anything, especially if it's a motive, if it's a lookout, was there interpersonal conflict, whatever it may be, all of that information is helpful to us. So please come forward and assist us.
Was the girl targeted?
Was
anyone targeted, or is these people shot at random?
Right now, I can't tell you with certainty whether anyone was necessarily targeted, especially a 12-year girl. But again, we find that unacceptable, and we're going to be working with the parents and community and the loved ones of everyone involved here. And we're just asking for anybody who has anything, any lookouts, anything that you may be hearing, anything that you may think is helpful to this case, to please reach out to police. All right?
Sir, how many shot total? Again, I know the 12-year-old girl. How many?
So there were 8 shot total.
So 7 adult males.
Correct. And the 12-year-old.
You have conditions, sorry.
Sorry, did you get a count of the shell casings?
No. Obviously, we're still, we have our forensics working on that right now. We have our detectives here, so we don't have a count on the shell casings right now.
What are their
Earlier,
conditions?
we
of
saw
the
somebody
victims?
being put into custody, it seemed like earlier this evening. Does he have any kind of connection? And I know a few of us kind of caught it. Some kind of arrest, or maybe he's being questioned. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but was he connection with it at all?
So obviously, like I said, we're still in the very preliminary stages of this investigation. Some information is going to be a close hold, and what I've been able to share with you thus far is what we feel certain about sharing with community. And as we get more information, we'll have a subsequent follow-up with community and press. All right,
Do
thank you,
have
everybody.
Conditions of the victims?
Everybody's stable.
Stable.
All right, so that was an update provided overnight by D.C. police. Again, we do know that the first shooting involved 7 men being shot. Then the second scene that was just blocks away, a 12-year-old girl shot. Police saying they do not have a motive, and they are investigating whether those two are connected here. And all of the victims are expected to survive their injuries. If we do get more details on that, we'll bring it to you live, raw, and unfiltered, as we do here on Live Now from Fox.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.